I mean, to some extent, I mean, it's the nature of law that it almost always is playing catch up. And what one wants is it certainly to be catching up faster than it used to do in the old days where it took forever. But it's almost inevitable that there will be a period of where the law is behind what's happening in general society, and we keep finding problems arising. I mean, it happens for me I mean, I'm a criminal practitioner, and the fact that you can Google a case up and find out all manner of things about witnesses, about the person who's on trial, and the judge can tell people not to do it, but what people do in the privacy of their own bedroom is very hard to monitor. So I mean, there are difficulties around the new technology. How you restrain that sort of twittering culture, that culture of getting things out there in Facebook and so on, it's a serious issue, and I think it's going to present us with lots of very interesting problems. What the answers are, we just deal with them as we always have, one at a time as they come up, and then try and make some kind of principled positions on them. But I think it's challenging.
In the case of the rape victim who was named, it was described as unintelligent retweeting. And actually, perhaps there are a lot of people on Twitter who, it's not that they're unintelligently retweeting, it's just that they don't fully understand exactly what it is that can then happen. Does the need to be, I don't know, a clearer kind of set of guidelines?
One of the problems about this, one of the problems is, I mean, I don't know because I haven't looked at it closely enough, but was this being done in a malign way, which was to breach the normal, anonymity that covers a victim of a sexual crime in order that she can live a life without being pointed to as the woman who was raped? Or was it somebody who didn't know that there were rules about that, who then starts twittering and then it gets passed on to somebody else, and it's Chinese whispers? Is that what was it mistaken, or was it deliberate? And I think that
hard to tell in under 140 characters.
Absolutely. But it's also hard. It's also there will be different responses, and it is very difficult to find the kind of rules that deal with all of them. I mean, I think that the internet is presenting us with a lot of different problems. I mean, that's one aspect of it. But the internet presents it in many different ways. The idea of being able to constrain new technology is a real challenge for law, and particularly when we're talking about freedom of expression and so on. And there are these clashes of legal principle. So I do think, and democratic principle. So I think that we're going to have to really work very hard in coming years about how far we seek to encroach upon freedom of expression in order to secure justice, but also to secure democracy, in order to do all manner of things. And I think that we're going to have to work rather hard to find a way through that thicket.